Owara Tamar and the rest of the HD Spikers in very high spirits as they get ready for game number 1 of the Spikers Turf Open Conference. Edward Camposano, former UE Red Warrior, one of the main offensive players. We will definitely see a lot of him.
To the United Sports Arena in Pasig and the 8th season, the Open Conference of the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion. This is our second of 3 matches for you for today in the preliminary round. And for match number 2, let us welcome newcomers to our league, our Alpha Insurance Protectors. And their challengers, our defending champions, our Cignal HD Spikers. Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Ms. Joy De Imus, ABC International Referee. Second referee, Mr. Paulie Sanchez, National Referee. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our Alpha Insurance Protectors. Let's begin with our team captain, who wears jersey number 11, Edward Camposano. At number 6, John Michael Apolinario. Wearing jersey number 7, Jose Magdaleno Javelona. At number 8, Raymond Sabanal. Number 16, Jefferson Abunyawan. And number 21, Rans Wesley Cajolo. Starting libero is number 4, John Maru Takeda. Head coach, Mr. Fritz Michael Santos. Calling on our Cignal HD Spikers. Let's begin with the team captain, who wears jersey number 8, John Paul Bugawan. At number 3, Joshua Retamar. Number 4, Stephen Rotter. At number 10, Wendell Miguel. Number 11, Joshua Umandal. And number 13, Fena Guaza. Starting libero is number 7, Vince Lorenzo. Head coach, Mr. Dexter Clamore. This is match number 2, preliminary round of the 8th season, the Open Conference of the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion.
All right, time to meet the starting lineup for both teams. JJ Javelona, former Tamarao. You're going to see a lot of him. Camposano, of course. Here's a former Tamarao as well. JP Bugawan, but he's on the other side of the net. Also in the starting lineup for your Alpha Protectors, as you look at Joshua Mandal, Steve Rotter. You have Rans Cajolo, former UP Fighting Maroon. Kela Polinario, former UE Red Warrior, Jepoy Abunyawan, FEU, Ann mentioned that. Ray Sabanal also in the starting lineup. Number 8 for the white and green of the Alpha Insurance Protectors. What do you see early? And let's go with the Alpha Insurance Protectors first.
Well, I think for this roster that we have, of course, they did already their homework, pretty sure,
Yeah.
because they've seen how Cignal has played in the past, and I think they recognize how strong this team is in terms of offense. We can foresee that at this point, it is very, very early for them in this conference. They need to make sure that they get good floor defense and porsyento muna no, when it comes to offense.
And now everybody familiar already with the kind of firepower you'll get from the HD Spikers. And they do have Nastin Guaza in the starting lineup. Usually comes off the bench, Guaza. But he is in front along with Umandal and Rotter. Wendell Miguel in the back row along with starting libero Vince Lorenzo. Set to serve, of course, very familiar. Owa Retamar. Multiple best setter awardee in the UAAP. Here we go.
One of the things, of course, Eric, we will watch out for in this match would be the chemistry, because we know that Cignal already has that, and we'll be watching out for it on the side of Alpha Insurance.
What a start here. We know as good as the offense is for the HD Spikers, their defense is top-notch as well.
And, you know, looking at both lineups, no, not just the 6 that we have on the court right now, Cignal definitely is the much taller team here.
Yep. There's a nice job by former Fighting Maroon. Cajolo, Rans Cajolo, tipping it off the fingertips of Joshua Umandal. Edward Camposano. We saw a lot of him with UE, but he did transfer to NU, although that was during the pandemic, so we didn't see him really suit up for the Bulldogs. Guaza just tipping it over. There's Javelona with a hit. Back row, Wendell Miguel into the net. All right, first lead for the Insurance Protectors.
Good body language for both teams. Of course, still early on, but at least for this younger team, you don't see them intimidated yet with Cignal.
Nice serve from Edward Camposano. Retamar to Joshua Umandal, off-speed hit, and Abunyawan messing with it and fails to get it up. There's Jepoy Abunyawan, 23 years old, out of Quezon City, formerly from FEU in college. So we're tied at 2-all. Former Golden Spiker, Joshua Umandal, and a member as well of Alas Pilipinas. Oh, back-to-back service faults, and for the defending champions.
And this is something that Alpha Insurance should take advantage of. It is a good start. It's not such a big lead, but you know, if they can keep this going, keep this momentum, capitalize on those errors. On the other side, I spoke too soon, I guess.
Jepoy Abunyawan with a service fault. By the way, the head coach, as Maru Takeda, checking in. He is formerly from Adamson. The head coach of the Alpha Insurance Protectors is Michael Santos, a former assistant coach of the Navy Sea Lions, who yesterday went down, or I beg your pardon, earlier today, went down against Savage Aesthetics. Nice hit by Rans Cajolo.
This is the key at the moment. You need to have a response, and an aggressive one at that.
So Cajolo, a former MVP in the UAAP boys division, another service fault. Shaky start for both teams in the service area.
Still, I guess, cold.
Steven Rotter. High toss. Nice receive coming from Javelona. JJ Javelona. Saved by Wendell Miguel. Lorenzo sets it up. Here's a chance ball. Apolinario gets the first touch. So Takeda will set it up and nowhere to go. A three-man block against Javelona.
For the Alpha attackers, I think that's one thing they already need to anticipate. The blockers will always be there. Net defense of Cignal is very strong.
So after a short 1-point lead, the Cignal HD Spikers win back-to-back points to establish a 2-point cushion.
And this is usually tough to pick up. If the ball hits the tape of the net, it kind of redirects it, changes its pace.
Stephen Rotter, 26 years old, out of California State University. Another great pass by Javelona. Javelona gets it back against a double block that was touched by Umandal, so side out, Insurance Protectors. Way to go. Insurance Protectors not allowing the HD Spikers to make huge runs, keeping it a close one here in the opening set. JJ Javelona. Good pass by Umandal. Umandal with a push. Picked up easily and gorgeous shot by Reyes Sabanal.
This is good showing to start off this conference because you see that they're being creative with their returns. Look at this drop, just right behind the libero.
So a 2-point run to answer for the Insurance Protectors. Wendell Miguel gets it through. Great coverage in the back row by Javelona and double contact against Ranz Cajolo. So a few errors for both teams. But right now, if you're the Insurance Protectors, this is something you can't avoid against a veteran team like the HD Spikers. Wendell Miguel, former Fighting Maroon. Takeda pops it up. Tip picked up by Lorenzo. Owaretamar sets it up. Rotter got it right on Takeda's chest.
Attack just too strong. Also great angle there.
And that'll take us to the first technical timeout. Gorgeous replay there of Stephen Rotter, giving the HD Spikers an 8-6 lead.
Mid-January of this year. They consist of hand-picked players, college professionals, and also a number of players coaching respective commercial teams as well. They train every day from 2 to 4 p.m. in Manila. Some prominent players, Billy Anima, Francis Casas, JJ Javelon, and their team captain, Edward Camposano, wants to watch out for. They're excited to compete against the best of the best in the country, and stepping in as their head coach for this game is assistant coach Melvin Carolino. As their head coach, Coach Mike Santos, has a prior commitment. Back to you, Eric and Ann.
All right, thanks very much, Baileys. And it doesn't get any better than the defending champions if you want the best of the best.
I guess also from that report, the fact that for the Alpha Insurance, they've been training consistently.
Yeah.
That somehow, I guess, is helping them in this match today. We haven't seen a big lead so far, but I think for Alpha Insurance, they're doing well in terms of like keeping it very close with Cignal here in set number 1.
Well, HD Spikers just restoring their biggest lead. Not for long as Jepoy Abunyawan gets the kill.
You know, these points that come right away, that happens right away, it helps a lot shifting the momentum back again on their side, making sure they don't lose confidence.
Great pass coming from Mandal on a combination play. Joshua Mandal punishes the defense of the Insurance Protectors. HD Spikers just can't pull away. Already almost midway through the opening set. Out of San Pedro Laguna, Owa Retamar with a serve. Pass by Javelona. What a tip by Abunyawan, very creative. Umandal against a single blocker. Again, coverage by Javelona in the back row. Camposano pushes Retamar with the first touch. Umandal will set it. Here comes Rotter. And that is right on the corner.
Rotter avoiding the blockers, getting that corner.
And this is the biggest lead at 3 points for Steven Rotter and the HD Spikers. 11-8. Takeda passes. Apolinario. There's Camposano. A nice cross-court hit. Well, we've always known Camposano to have an arm like that. Well, Camposano's momentum took him to the net. The question is, did the ball land first before he hit the net? That's what Coach Dexter Clamore is challenging.
So for all of the viewers, what would matter at this point really is what happened first. Sometimes you'll see the players go into the net, but if the ball landed first, then that point would still be theirs.
Yep. That means the play is over. Definitely still the heavy favorites for this open conference, the Cignal HD Spikers.
They've been one of the most successful teams that we have here in Spiker Surf.
Although the Crisscross King Crunchers obviously just right behind them. And so far in all their finals matchups, the HD Spikers have always come out on top. Will this be the conference? Will make the difference. Well, we'll see, because you'll get a chance to watch the King Crunchers later on against the VNS Ladikreets. Coming up, final game of our opening day. So waiting on the result of the net touch challenge.
Both teams also using this time to huddle as we look at this replay.
Yeah, no, the net fault is a yes. Didn't it hit? It seemed like it hit the foot already of Joshua Mandal, but probably not. So it is a net fault, the net touch against Camposano, a successful challenge for Coach Dexter Clamore. So this is now a 4-point cushion for Retamar and the HD Spikers. Ooh. Oh, Retamar went for it. Yeah, had their biggest lead, so might as well try go for an ace.
Oh, you see them do that a lot.
Yeah.
You know, they change their serves. He had a floater earlier, but opted for spin this time.
Another service fault. This time for the Insurance Protectors.
This is what the Insurance Protectors need to be very careful with, because they're giving away quite a number of points already here in set number 1.
Joshua Mandal, former MVP of the Open Conference. Nice looking serve, but a great pass coming from Camposano. A double contact against Apolinario. You don't see, especially one as good as Apolinario. Apolinario was a former best setter in the Open Conference. That's just 2 years ago. But that one slipped right through his fingers.
And at this point, 6 out of the 14 points of Cignal coming from the errors of Alpha.
That's a lot. Biggest lead at 5.
They really are going for those strong serves. They say high risk, high reward, but you know, they're taking that, they're gambling with that serve.
And served by Abunyawan. Retamar. Wendell Miguel, beautiful adjustment right behind, dropping the ball right behind the double block of Caholo and Sabanal.
That must have been a wonderful view. Look at that hang time. View from the top. Saw that opening behind the blockers.
Nastin Guaza, formerly from Philippine Christian University. All right, here's a chance ball. Caholo, two-handed push. Retamar, and Bugawan puts it away. Every time JP Bugawan hits, I mean, it's just exciting. Yeah, second technical timeout. That deserves another look. 6-point lead for the HD Spikers. Second technical timeout.
Mahirap kasi dahil nga sabi nga na medyo maraming bago sa team. Pero ang nakakatawa sa team namin is hindi naging mukhang mahirap kasi yung tulad na sinasabi ko sa mga interview na yung response ng mga teammates ko sa mga papagawa, sa sistema na ipapagawa is naging maayos and sumunod sila. Kaya naging polish and naging maayos yung end ng contest namin.
And right after the technical timeout, Nastin Guaza knocking in an ace. Here's replay. Right in between the back row defenders or receivers. Oh, and by the way, no Luis Romero, no Martin Bugawan right now in the lineup. They are resting of the HD Spikers. Caholo got it, finally a side out.
This seems to be an effective angle for the Alpha Insurance Protectors. This sharp cross-court attack coming from this lefty.
And substitution for head coach Melvin Carolino as Jerome Lopez, a veteran of the Spikers turf, formerly from Sambeda, checking in. He is set to serve. And also on the floor, Vincent Nadera. And again, there is JP Bugawan. Back-to-back points.
Such an efficient middle attacker.
Seven-point lead, the biggest for the HD Spikers. Lopez sets it up. There's Nadera down the line.
These are the substitutions or the changes that you know, coaches would like to see. When you're pulled off the bench, you need to deliver. And look at that first point here in this set.
Not a good pass coming from Umandal. Wendell Miguel bounces it off the block. The save is good. It goes over. Excellent defense by Manato. The push through the hands of Javelona. Another great job by JP Bugawan adjusting in midair.
Very quick to think. And of course, this is experience already speaking for Bugawan.
By the way, JP Bugawan just got married. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Inspired. He's playing inspired volleyball. Look at all the serves coming from the side of Cignal. They really are making it into an offense already.
Umandal against the triple block. Takeda passes. Lopez, back row. Javelona, nowhere to go. JP Bugawan again.
How consistent.
Yeah. And whether offense or defense, right there in the middle of the play. And now it's an 8-point lead for the HD Spikers. Melvin Carolino calling a timeout.
Pasukan mo na maayos, di ba? May receipt tayo. Pasukan mo na maayos para makakuha. Okay, coach. Oo, para mag-single block lang. Ha? Yes, coach. Go lang tayo. Back row, ready lang kagad. Ngayon coverage tayo. Ha? Go lang, enjoy lang tayo sa game. Walang ano, walang hassle, ha? Go, go, go. Ayan pa.
Insurance protectors now feeling it as the defending champions starting to pull away and tightening the screws. And I mean, on both ends, offense and defense.
Right. Earlier, they had some responses, and they were quick to do that. They were being creative. But I think overall, in the way that the offense and the defense on the side of Cignal is playing out, include all the things that they're doing also at the service line. I think it's really making it difficult for the insurance protectors. But at this point, I think they need to go back to the basics. You know, just keep it simple for now and just make sure they get 1 point in. Patience is key. Easier said than done, of course.
Camposano, the dig. Picked up by Umandal. Chance ball for Lopez, who gets the first touch. On to Camposano, Umandal with a dig. Retamar, here's Rotter going down the line. Lopez again picking it up, so it's Takeda with a set. Nadera sends it over. Rotter, got it. Steven Rotter on the second try. Down the line it goes.
And I think that's the thing with how Cignal is playing at the moment. They're making it difficult for the Team Alpha to really read what their offense would be. Everyone is just really moving on their side. Yet on the other hand, for the Alpha Insurance Protectors, it has become quite predictable already for the defense of Cignal.
Biggest lead at 9 points right now for the defending champions. Nadera. There's a net touch going to be called, I think, on Umandal. So that finally stops the run of the HD Spikers, but it looks like, it seems like an insurmountable lead right now. Combination play, Joshua Umandal makes up for the error right away.
Very, very comfortable lead.
Yep. And just disallowing any runs and crushing the hopes of a comeback of their opponents. JP Bugawan with the serve. There's Camposano, Bugawan with the dig. Owaretamar sends it up. Umandal! Oh, right on Takeda. Just no mercy by the Cignal HD Spikers.
You know, it's so nice to actually see it live. I mean, the power that they put into that offense.
And Takeda was right there. Second straight timeout now for the insurance protectors.
Napaloon tayo. Sigaw ka agad, recover. Ha? Go tayo. Nice one. Tuloy lang, tuloy lang. Tuloy lang, tuloy lang tayo. Enjoy lang tayo. Go, go, go. Eh, salita ka dyan sa loob. Enjoy. Magsasalita sa loob, Jay.
First double-digit lead of the match. And HD Spikers with a good start in the defense of their championship. 23-13 opening set.
Well, we heard the huddle on the side of the insurance protectors. And I think some reminders also, because this is when you tense up. When you see that the opponent gets this big lead, you start forgetting how to enjoy the game because you really mean business. But that huddle, I think, really helped remind them that they need to relax a bit. I mean, they're down big time, but they won't get any points if you know, they keep on committing errors.
Well, that was a good cross-court shot we saw from Edward Camposano to get the side out. It's a 9-point game as Kel Apolinario, Rans Caholo return, replacing Lopez and Nadera. Full front line for the insurance protectors with Bunyawan, Caholo, and Camposano. Still, that shot punched through against a triple block by Umandal. That's 10 set points for the HD Spikers.
There's a bit of space in between Cajolo and the net, allowed the ball to get through.
Actually, just a double block. Camposano just came in too late. That service outside. Good job by JJ Avelona avoiding the ball.
That was indeed very long. Still such a big cushion right here. They have such a big lead. They can afford some errors here and there.
Served by Camposano. Chance to put it away, not just yet. Guaza is rejected. Lorenzo sets it up to Rotter, cross court. What a dig. Coming from Manato, another block. The save is no good. And that'll do it, but great effort by Kela Polinario and Camposano trying to keep it alive. But the HD Spikers prevail comfortably in the opening set with a mix of offense and defense against the newcomers, the Insurance Protectors. And your final score, 25.
By the Insurance Protectors, and we did mention that they were trying to be creative with their offense. Defense was also on point at the beginning of set number 1, but I think you know, for Cignal, they were very quick to adjust, and offense was just immensely powerful, especially at the latter part of, especially mid part of set number 1. And we did mention the errors that have been committed on the side of the Insurance Protectors. I think those giveaway points allowed Cignal to also pull away mid of set number 1.
You see the rest of the squad warming up. On both teams, we haven't seen some of their key players as well. It'd be nice to have everybody get a few minutes here and there, but obviously that's the job for, or a tough job for Dexter Clamor, Melvin Carolino, the head coaches today for both teams, because Coach Michael Santos is unavailable for the Alpha Insurance Protectors today. So what adjustments do you see the Insurance Protectors needing to make here in set number 2, Anne?
You know, quite clearly, as we saw in the first set, they struggled to really convert to points. It was tough knowing that the Cignal blockers were right there at the net. I think at this point, they need to make sure that their plays are less predictable. They didn't activate their center attacker as much in set number 1. It was mostly in the left and the right side of the net. And quite easy, actually, for Cignal to time.
Well, the HD Spikers had 3 blocks.
Yes, and you know, I think ultimately one of the biggest challenges also that the Insurance Protectors had in set number 1 was really on the defense. I mean, it was tough getting those digs, very strong, powerful attacks coming from the guys in black. And looking at some of the numbers as we go into set number 2, a lot of work needed on the side of the Insurance Protectors. 13 attack points for Cignal HD. They only scored 8 in the first set.
Chance ball for the Insurance Protectors. Camposano's second attempt, dunked by Lorenzo. Battle at the net. Manato picking it up for the Insurance Protectors. Cajolo tips it. First long rally of the match. Wendell Miguel, dunked by Apolinario. Here comes Camposano. Blocked. The save by Javelona. And the dump coming from Joshua Umandal. Umandal picking up his 6th point. He is one of the leading scorers alongside Steven Rotter with 6 as well. Owaretamar with the serve. Short one. Picked up by Cajolo. Camposano against a single blocker, sends it wide.
What a check. And Rotter says, yes, there is.
Touched it. All right. Good for Camposano because that ball was sailing way outside. And in fact, he was disappointed because you rarely get one blocker against the HD Spikers.
But I think there, no, when he started to jump, may halong gigil because I mean, if you're the attacker and you see, oh, isa lang yung block, it's open. You're gonna hammer it through.
In the meantime, service fault for the team captain, Edward Camposano. Again, errors, but fortunately, it was 7-7. The errors for both teams in the opening set. So let's see if the Insurance Protectors can minimize that because the HD Spikers, as we all know, don't need the extra points, including easy ones from the service aces.
I think the reason why it was really glaring on the side of the Insurance Protectors is because they have less output when it comes to points. So you kind of offset, you only had 8 attacks, yet you commit 7 errors.
Right.
So effectively, that's like 1 point, right? So a lot to work on here in set number 2.
Serve as well for the HD Spikers. A little up and down. That service fault by Umandal. So the Insurance Protectors again with a 1-point lead. That one outside. Is there a block touch? No, according to Joy Imus. So Guaza with the attack fault. Service wide for Abunyawan. This is, I believe, his 2nd service fault.
These are really not what you need at this point. I mean, we know that it's still early here in this set, but the more you can build on the points, it reduces the pressure for the team here in this set.
Tough set for Apolinario, but Javelona gets it going.
Look at him leap, go for the top of the ball.
JJ Javelona. Now with his 3rd point of the game. Ties it at 4-all here in set number 2. Steven Rotter rejected. Terrific defense. First block of the conference for the newbies, the Insurance Protectors. Let's take another look-see. That's going to be credited to Javelona. And again, Insurance Protectors back up by 1. Combination play. Javelona rises. Vince Lorenzo diving for it. Here comes Wendell Miguel through the triple block. Point number 2 for Wendell Miguel.
And on the side of Cignal, everyone getting into the action. You see the distribution of sets.
And similar to set number 1, it's a close start here in set number 2. Steven Rotter with a serve at 5-all. Great pass. Running shot. The save by JP Bugawan. Back row. Yes! That is on the line for Edward Camposano.
These are the kinds of attacks that you'd want to see from the insurance protectors. You really try to avoid the defenders. Cignal has strong defense, and you have to find those lines. Quite risky,
Yeah.
but it is working for them so far.
Wendell Miguel. And that ball got redirected by the blockers. Too far for Javelona to pick up. So we're tied at 6. Nice serve. Takeda with a great pass. Back row. Got it. Rans Cajolo. It seems like it was an overrule by Joy Diimus.
She is saying that the ball is in.
Yeah. Because Coach Carolina was just about to challenge, and she's saying, I called it in.
So I think, yeah, call remains. Point stays with the insurance protectors.
And funnily enough, the bench of the HD Spikers saying the challenge, but Coach Clamor says,
No.
no. JP Bugawan with a side out to tie the game at 7. And JP Bugawan now with 6 points as well. Short pass from Takeda. Camposano cross court. Picked up by Bugawan. Here's Rotter. Apolinario, one-handed set. Got it. Abunyawan sends us to our first technical timeout. It's the insurance protectors up by 1. After this gorgeous one-handed set and a middle attack coming from Jempoy Abunyawan, 8-7. White shirts against the HD Spikers.
Of our Japanese friends, and overall they enjoyed their trip, most especially their free days in Mount Gozaisho. It was -8 degrees there, and many of them, it was their first time seeing and experiencing snow. Now for this game, 2 key players sitting out. That's Luis Ramirez due to a minor shoulder injury and Martin Bugawan due to a minor hamstring injury. Back to you, Eric and Ann.
All right, thanks, Baileys. And Rans Cajolo, that's dug by Steven Rotter. Here comes Joshua Umandal through the triple block. We've noticed that so far, the blocks, they are in position for the insurance protectors, but they haven't been pressing at the net.
And, you know, that leaves some advantage for these attackers. Umandal, of course, known to have really heavy hits. He's able to push that ball through.
But it's the HD Spikers playing catch-up here in the second set. Oh, that shot by Cajolo doesn't cross the net. So this is a lead change in favor of the HD Spikers. 9-8. Camposano. Javelona chasing it down. Camposano loses. No, it's double contact. It didn't bounce off the block.
Now, this is the position they don't want to be in. We are only looking at a 2-point lead. But you know, that earlier error could be a turning point, and we've seen how Cignal can really capitalize on these.
It was a tight one, so Coach Carolina will challenge it because there were two blockers, including Stephen Rotter, who went up against Camposano at the net.
And they do need this point.
Yeah. If they win the challenge, they're going to tie the game. Otherwise, it's going to be a 2-point deficit.
You see them praying for a favorable result.
Yeah, they lost by 10 in the opening set, so they don't want to get left behind here in set number 2, because knowing the HD Spikers, it's a tough road back if you go down by double digits.
That's good. You see them cheering on each other during this time of wait for the results. We did hear earlier in their huddle that they still need to have fun. And I think, that's easier said than done, especially if you're down big time.
Yeah.
Here in set number 2, they are only down by 2 points. So there is still a lot of room to catch up.
And in case you're just catching up with us, this is the second game of opening day of the Open Conference of the Spikers Turf. Sea Lions went down against Savoge earlier today in the first game. All right. This is not a definitive look. The shot is behind Camposano, but we have a positive result for the Insurance Protectors. There is a block touch.
It seemed to have hit the tape of the net, but the
Yeah.
ball kind of rolled over.
Yeah.
At least from that view, it seemed as if there was a touch.
So it is replay the point, according to Joy D. Imus, who was clarifying things with Wendell Miguel. So it's a successful challenge. There is no double contact. It bounced off the block of, I believe, Rotter. So it's replay the point. Insurance Protectors down by 1.
They are very happy with that challenge.
Of course. Again, can't afford to go down by double digits, especially against Retamar and the HD Spikers, who are back-to-back champions. They've won the championship in this conference 4 times already. Camposano, oh! Single man block, Rotter versus Camposano.
The thing with the Alpha Insurance Protectors, they usually get a good first ball. But we always see them set it up to the outside hitter. So it's very easy for the blockers of Cignal to really time it and read it.
And a bad pass results in an easy point for Owa Retamar, and all of a sudden, it is a 2-point run for the HD Spikers to make it a 3-point lead, their biggest of the second set. Again, Camposano. Oof. Wow, Camposano very inconsistent in this match. He's had some really good ones, but also some really bad service faults and attack faults. And 3 straight points scored by the HD Spikers, off errors mostly of the Insurance Protectors.
They were in a similar position earlier, but thankfully, they take that point from that service error on the side of Cignal.
And also, thankfully, it's just a 3-point game. A mini run as Manato checks in. Neil Manato, backup libero, or the second libero for the Insurance Protectors. Retamar chasing it down. Stephen Rotter. There's Manato with a dig. Apolinario, Javelona. Wow, what a dig there from Lorenzo. Umandal sets it up for Rotter. No, it is no good. Double contact against Joshua Umandal. And Umandal looked at Dexter Clamore, his head coach, saying, was it a double?
Well, the ball was spinning, but it came from such a high trajectory. That was, a tough one. Look at that dig. It felt like it was on his hands for quite some time.
Okay. All right. again, the referee, Diimos, just talking to Wendell Miguel a bit.
Well, they'll take that call from our officials.
So it's a 2-point run for the Insurance Protectors, slicing the deficit in half. They can score a third straight right here. Banato sets it up. Ranskaholo rejected. What a stop there for the side out. HD Spikers again get a kill block. That is the fourth block for the HD Spikers. The first one in set number 2. Make it a 3-point game again. You're afraid if that goes through, right? Because of how powerful it is.
You know, if you would hear the sound of the ball from the contact of with his hand.
Yeah, you don't want to be involved in that ball at all. Lorenzo with the receive. Nastin Guaza knocks it in. Lead back to 3 for the defending champions. Guaza out of Nigeria, started playing volleyball at 5 years old. Service errors total 5 for the Insurance Protectors, 8 for the HD Spikers. Rotter blocked, but it goes, no, there is a touch. Got touched by Rotter? Oh no, he's saying no, he didn't. But they will not challenge. Let's take another look here. The lines judge called a touch. So no, all right.
They're cool with it.
Yeah, so it's an overrule. It is just outside. Another overrule by Joy Diimus. 4-point lead now for Guaza and the HD Spikers. Sabanal. Oh, rejected. And no coverage defensively for the Insurance Protectors.
A lot of things to work on for
Sobrang excited po. Sobrang happy ko kasi nabigyan kami ng opportunity na makapaglaro ulit ako sa bagong team. And sobrang excited na namin maglaro. I-apply yung mga tutunan namin sa ensayo. Sana po walang mangyaring injury during the game.
Ray Sabanal, 23 years old, out of Dipolog City Institute of Technology. Hasn't been involved as much offensively for the Insurance Protectors, and right now they're playing catch-up, down by 5 points. Guaza with a softer serve. Apolinario, combination play. Javellona, drop shot is good.
great read on the defense on the other side. Only one blocker.
So side out for the Insurance Protectors. Ranskaholo. Could have been an overpass. But there is an overreach. They call on Sabanal. He's saying he didn't touch it. They can challenge a reaching beyond the net challenge by the Insurance Protectors. There it is. And to clarify for the viewers, and you must touch the ball for the reaching beyond the net challenge to be valid.
Yes.
Correct? If you didn't touch the ball, even if your hand was beyond, it doesn't count.
Yes, and I think that's what they are trying to correct or at least put that call in their favor.
Because that's what Sabanal was saying. He didn't touch it.
No touch.
He went over. He tried to disrupt the shot or the touch of Owara Tamar. But he's saying he didn't touch it. So we're going to get a look-see. Assistant coach Melvin Carolino calling the shots today. No Michael Santos, their head coach, not available today.
All of these challenges, of course, because of the deficit that they have, these are very important for the insurance protectors.
And a much better, a much better game they're playing here in set number 2. Here's the replay. Yeah, it doesn't look like he touched it, but he did touch Retamar's hand, which doesn't count. So there is no reaching beyond the net violation against Sabanal.
Oh, but I think
Because
we're looking at just observing conversation here.
Yeah, it seems like Joy D. Imus, we are just sort of reading her mouth. She's saying since the hand of Retamar was touched, she has to award the point to the
Cignal HD.
HD Spikers. So the challenge, while successful, because there was no reaching beyond the net, the point still goes to the HD Spikers. A little confusing. But that's the clarification. That's as much as we can give you because that's as much as we got as well.
But for now, we've been seeing a good first ball on the side of Alpha HD. I think it's time to wake up as well. They have to double up the effort.
Back row. Camposano knocks it in.
And just right on cue. I think changing things up a bit, just, keeping the defenders and the blockers of Cignal HD guessing on who will get it. That would already be a big help.
In the meantime, Sean Silang, former best setter in the 2024 Open Conference, is in the game for the first time for the HD Spikers. And then the rookie, Billy Anima, checking in for the first time in the conference. Silang sets it up, an easy put away. JP Bugawan, you'd think he'd lose a few probably millimeters with a jump, but it seems like it keeps getting, more explosive every year.
And it just keeps getting better.
Yep.
Very quiet on the side of the insurance protectors. Meanwhile, a lot of confidence exuded by the guys in black.
Push by Caholo. And there's a good dig coming from Caholo. Camposano blocked. Rans Caholo will just push it again. Chance ball for the black shirts. Sean Silang, back row, Wendell Miguel. Good rally. Apolinario, back row. JJ Javelona, and what a save by Vince Lorenzo. Another chance ball. Camposano sets it up. And Billy Anima, his first touch as an insurance protector, is rejected.
I gotta give credit to that excellent defense that we've seen in that rally. Not very easy pickups, but they kept the ball alive.
Defense has been the calling card of the HD Spikers for so long. Another service fault, this time by Wendell Miguel, but they've got a comfortable lead here.
This is where we say they can afford some of these errors. And very much welcome for the insurance protectors.
Anima, former green spiker. And it bounced off the block, but nobody covering the second touch. And another easy point for Bugawan.
Matawa na lang din siya doon. Touched his hand, still a point.
Service ace for JP Bugawan.
Cignal really making it tough. No matter where they are.
And it seems like, it's usually at this point of the set when they start pulling away. Right now, they are up by 7. Camposano, a drop shot is good against 3 blockers. But it's a long way back once again for Camposano and the Insurance Protectors.
That was a great move, though, on his end, knowing that there was a triple block.
Sean Silang. J.M. Ronquillo. And his first touch off the bench. No runs allowed for the Insurance Protectors.
Again, the distribution of sets on the side of Cignal, really getting everybody involved.
Abunyawan with a receive. Here comes Camposano. Lorenzo popping it up. Wendell Miguel will set it to Joshua Umandal. Bounces off the triple block. Apolinario. Back row, JJ Javelona. Ronquillo digging it. Umandal again. The second time is good for Joshua Umandal.
2 points from closing out this set for Cignal.
And a timeout called by the Insurance Protectors. We'll listen in.
Pumapalit na eh, lumalaban na tayo eh, nawawala lang tayo kasi naka-open block ha. Dukutin mo na, huwag nabigyan siya ng bola. One. Oh. Nice guide. Pasok agad, babad lang ang bola, babad lang ng kamay sa loob ha. Wala tayo, enjoy lang.
Here's another look. Now it's the second time in a row for Joshua Umandal, but the Insurance Protectors just can't find a way to stop him.
And, you know, in that huddle, it was more a reminder for the first line of defense at the net. Yung pagbabad ng kamay nila. Because we've seen a couple of those attacks from the side of Cignal na lumulusot pa rin. And in this case, Cignal able to find also those angles.
Oh, yeah. Nice little off-tempo attack there from Jepoy Abunyawan. They were psyched about that.
And this time from the middle.
It's still a 7-point game. And it's back to an 8-point game, and that's 8 set points as well for the defending champions. Back-to-back timeouts for Melvin Carolino, so we'll listen back in to the Insurance Protectors.
Ano magandang pasa? Jay, banatan mo na to. Ha? Buhos na to. Ano to, dahil bahay lupa. Araw pa kayo muna. Di ba? Ganun na lang, last ano tayo. Isa-isahin natin, dahan-dahanin natin. Huwag natin masyado madali ng ang bola. Ha? Go lang tayo. Go. Hey, Alpha.
So you gotta love the metaphors, Coach Melvin Carlino. Harumpakin mo na to. Dala na ang bahay at lupa.
Lakas nun kung dala bahay at lupa.
Because it's 8 set points against these newbies, the Insurance Protectors. So it's his way of saying just go all in. Just, give it your all when you hit. In hopes that it bounces outside or it goes through the block. Because, again, we all know how good of a blocking team the HD Spikers are. Umandal. Javelona will set it. Lance Cajono, that's picked up by Ronquillo. On to Nastin Guaza. Seals set number 2. What a creative shot, Nastin Guaza.
You know, they've been very efficient right there in the middle. And he got a good angle, a good long shot.
It's actually a third touch, but it was so fast it looked like a second touch. Nevertheless, scores going to set number 3.
Exactly. The pattern is very similar. Alpha Insurance Protectors having a difficult time converting into points. They scored only 9 in set number 2. Signal HD on the other hand, double digits with 12. But I think what consistently spells a difference between these two is that the blocking is just really strong for Cignal. They have 4 block points in the second set. They scored 3 aces, not to mention those serves that really challenged the receivers of the guys in white. And then, you know, that broke their plays, that didn't allow them to convert into points. And while we see here that both teams only had 6 opponent errors, I think 6 errors. I think, again, we go back to the point that we made in set number 1. They only scored, for Alpha, they only scored 10 points, but you give away 6 already. So, you know, it still matters, and then that's something that they need to really minimize because it is a crucial third set for them.
Arena Plus, Astigsa Sports, as the crowd starting to come in. Friday afternoon for the opening day of the Spikers Turf Open Conference. The defending champions looking for their 3rd straight championship of the OC. And 5th in total. Edward Camposano, the team captain. It is a must-win situation, obviously, here in set 3, down 2-0. And a little tweak for Coach Dexter Clamor as Alfred Valbuena in the starting lineup alongside Vince Abrot and also Lloyd Josafat in the starting lineup. J.M. Ronquillo and E.J. Casanya. So a major shakeup for the black shirts. Meanwhile, Jerome Lopez is starting at the setter position for the Insurance Protectors. So let's see how this affects the game. Also Nadera, Vincent Jade Nadera in the starting lineup. We saw how explosive he was in the first set. Didn't see action in set number 2. Let's see what he can do as a starter here in set 3.
Well, he's one of the, what we can see, magandang bunot,
Right.
and immediately scored the point. What we have seen, and we'll keep mentioning it, even if the serves of Cignal is hard, we'd see that, you know, at some points in the game, there are good receives, good first passes for the Insurance Protectors.
Lopez to Camposano looking for the down the line, but he touches the net instead.
And this is the thing with Camposano. He is a strong attacker, but he's only scored 5 points so far in this match, but has already given away 8 errors.
Yep.
In this game. So the numbers need to be improved.
Overpass. And the pancake save. Guaza landing over Lorenzo, and he's okay. So that's the first point for the Insurance Protectors. We're tied at 1-1. Some of the fans laughing because Lorenzo felt that the weight of Guaza all over it. There it is. Jerome Lopez with the serve. Sandy Montero in the game for the first time as libero for the black shirts. Lopez, the back set. Nadera blocked by Ronquillo.
We talked about the strength of Cignal in blocking. That's their 8th block point for this match.
And only 1 for the match so far from the Insurance Protectors. Vince Abrot, former CSB Blazer, his first serve into the net. So we're tied at 2. Edward Camposano, 5 points, but he has had a good number of errors in the game. Good serve, right away. Making us look bad.
That's good because it is a point for his team.
Yeah, that's 6 points for him already. Making up for the mistakes so far in the game.
This is also their first service ace for the match.
There you go. Abrot with a pass. Casanya to Guaza. Turned away. Abuniyawan. Just the second block of the match and the conference.
I like how we talked about the numbers and the statistics. We said that they only have 1 block point. Now they have 2 block points. They earned their first service ace.
So this is a 2-point cushion by the Insurance Protectors off a 2-point run. Valbuena overpasses. That's touch number 2. Valbuena hits it into the net. 3 straight points for the Insurance Protectors. This is their biggest lead of the match. They led by 2, but that was way back in the opening set. This is a little comical moment. Valbuena, another bad pass. Casanya chasing it down. Chance ball for the white shirts. Lopez sets it up. Nadera blocked by Valbuena. Javelona, now a chance ball for the HD Spikers. Alfred got it.
A little bit cold start, a shaky start, but making up for it immediately.
And we see the big gap between the 2 blockers, which is why the blocks of the Insurance Protectors have been abused by the HD Spikers so far in the game. Lopez, tough save. Can't get it through. Very difficult angle for Javelona. So a 2-point run here coming from the HD Spikers. Make it a 1-point game.
Guaza has been doing well in this game. He's already has 4 points.
Good receive coming from Camposano. Javelona, cut shot right on the line. So the Insurance Protectors allowing only a 2-point run, and they restore a 2-point lead. 6-4.
And these are the sort of hits that worked for them earlier. We saw them really targeting the sidelines and the end line.
Good outing for Abunyawan. Great pass coming from Abrot. Valbuena, nowhere to go. Third kill block for the Insurance Protectors. 2 coming in set number 3.
They have made good adjustments. They were reminded earlier to make sure that they have good timing. Bababad yung kamay nila at the net.
And a short-lived 3-point lead as the serve goes outside. A former spiker out of DLSU from Batangas, J.M. Ronquillo. JJ Javelona passes. Natera, single block. Ooh, my goodness. Watch out.
What an attack.
And what a third set. Vincent Jade Nadera restoring their biggest lead at 3 points. 8-5, set number 3.
In Pasig City. More from our Alpha Insurance Protectors. They were built last January, and the month after, meron silang team building that they had in Taytay, Rizal. It was an overnight trip, a couple of activities, but the most remarkable one was their open forum. And according to Billy Anima, there were 2 prominent things that they spoke about. One is their chemistry. Off the court, there's no problem, wala silang issue. They worked well together and they gel well together, but on the court, they need to work on that and they need to progress gradually, of course. And number 2 is commitment. The team is fully committed in playing together until their knees fall off. Yun yung sabi sa akin ni Billy, that they enter this team, this league together, they want to end and retire together. They're confident coming into the tournament and they look to peak at the right time this season. Now, to our volleyball fans out there, thank you for joining the conversation. We have at Jans Kui for life. Good luck, Alpha Insurance and Cignal. Hashtag SpikersTurf 2025. And also at boyslove_fans04. Good luck sa Alpha Insurance. Pogi Edward Camposano at JJ Javelona. Cignal HD Spikers for the win. pa rin. All right, thank you so much to our Spikers Surf fans. Join the conversation. Use the hashtag Spikers Surf 2025. Back to you, Eric and Ann.
All right, thanks, Baileys. And while we were reading some of the chats, back-to-back monster blocks coming from the HD Spikers. And that was against back-to-back attacks by Vincent Nadera. And all of a sudden, the three-point lead is gone. After the technical timeout, a three-point run by Valbuena and the HD Spikers were tied. Even Steven at 8. Lopez.
This is where we say you cannot blink.
Yeah. That was just 2 tweets, and the lead is erased. In fact, it's not just erased, it's gone. The HD Spikers now on top of a 4-0 run. Much better pass, Javelona. Using the left hand, got it against the smaller Casanya.
You know, they have to realize that everything right now is urgent.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about the insurance protectors. They've experienced how it was in the first 2 sets to have a bit of lead, but then Cignal, napikit ka lang ng konti, biglang, you know, they are able to get the lead already.
But, you know, in the same token, in just a matter of seconds, a 2-point run by Javelona and the insurance protectors. They're back on top by 1. Ronquillo dug by Manato, but a chance ball, so they can do it again. Let's see what Casanya does. Abrot is rejected, saved by Ronquillo, but a chance ball this time for the white shirts. Anima on 2, that is outside for Jerome Lopez. Good idea, but bad execution.
They're trying to be a little bit more creative with a place.
Long rally, but it's just 1 point. HD Spikers getting the side out to tie the game at 10. Lopez, good tip. Josafat picks it up. Casanya. What a shot there by Guaza.
Again, it becomes a little bit easier for the Cignal attackers. There's that space, or there's that gap between the net and the blockers. And at that time, you see that they were also late.
So the lead back with the HD Spikers, not by much. Abrot rejected. This is block number 3 of the set. 4 in total for the insurance protectors to tie the game at 11.
You know, these blocks, it is a good way to kind of shift the momentum on your side. Iba yung feeling if you get a point off a block. Great net defense right there.
Billy Anima, second best middle blocker of season 85 of the UAAP from LaSalle. And another LaSalle player, there's Ronquillo with a hit. Lopez, oh, what a set. And wait a minute, there's a net touch they're gonna call. Lopez, momentum just too much, carried him into the net. Yep, on the way down, Lopez, his elbow caught the net. So the lead back with the HD Spikers. Combination play. Got it? Yep. There's a net touch on Ronquillo. That's what it is. Game is tied again. Seesaw battle, Ann.
And a much better performance we're seeing from the insurance protectors. Again, the goal, or at least for now, it is to ensure that you don't let Cignal pull away, get that big lead again.
Vince Abrot gets it off the block of Nadera.
But right now, Eric, for set number 3, we have 7 errors for the insurance protectors. Cignal HD with 2.
So almost half of the points of the HD Spikers coming from errors. But speaking of, there's a 3rd error for the HD Spikers to tie the game at 13. And if you're Camposano, team captain of the insurance protectors, this is the time of the set when the HD Spikers usually pull away. So they gotta be conscious about that. Back row, Abrot bounces it off the net. Abunyawan sets it up too close to the net. Easy put away, no. Great dig coming from Manato. Javelona off the long rally gives the insurance protectors a 1-point lead.
And you see that was coming from, you know, saves. Kinukuha lang yung bola off the floor. You try to make something out of it. If they keep doing that, it will really challenge Cignal.
J.M. Ronquillo single block and split the defenders in the back row for the side out.
Only one blocker right there.
A lot more aggressive here in set number 3, and the insurance protectors could pass by Takeda, and Nadera puts it away.
You know, it is very different. They now have 7 attack points. Cignal only has 4 here in set number 3. And we did point out for set number 1 and set number 2 how attacking is something that they need to really step up on, and they've done just that.
Short pass coming from Valbuena. Here comes Ronquillo again. This one outside. No touch? Was it their touch? Jordi Im was taking a while.
No touch.
No touch. And that will take us to our... No, wait a minute. Before the technical timeout, a challenge first. So the point has not been awarded yet. Block touch challenge by Dexter Clamore and the HD Spikers.
Well, upon landing, we saw how they did say they felt like there was a touch. Seemed high. I mean, from it depends on which angle you're looking at that attack from.
Well, the attackers can usually feel as well if your hit touched a fingertip, and yes, it did.
It did. Look at that. Oh, they're very happy with
I think that was on Javelona, who's smiling. And a substitution, double sub here for the HD Spikers. Sean Silang, Steven Rotter checking in. So a full and a very tall front line for the HD Spikers with Rotter, Josafat, and Valbuena. 25-year-old Sean Silang, also former Tamarao. Lopez. And a nice hit by Aniba.
Oh, how happy he is to score that point.
And that'll take us to our second technical timeout. So both technical timeouts of set 3 won by the insurance protectors, 16-15 over the HD Spikers.
Na unang pasok ko sa ganitong level is champion agad, and sobrang nakaka-boost siya ng confidence para sa bawat isa sa amin sa team, and sana magtuloy-tuloy pa sa mga susunod pang conference. Una-una grateful ako kasi bilang rookie pa lang sa team, nabigyan agad ako ng playing time. And chine-cherish ko lang, and parang pinapakita ko lang kila coach kung paano ako nagtitiwala sa sistema na.
It is just the first open conference of J.M. Ronquillo. He joined the team midway after finishing season 86 of the UAAP. Vince Abrot, coverage by Sandy Montero. They want to challenge this. They say there's no touch, but they were not able to do so. So play continues. Javelona, off-speed hit. Montero pops it up. Sean Silang to the middle, and that is outside for Lloyd Josafat. Two-point lead for the white shirts. Their biggest was 3 points, and that was here in set number 3. Nadera out of Bukidnon. Played for FEU back in the time of Ray Diaz. Montero with a pass. Oh, Lloyd Josafat, look out. Makes up for the error with a side out.
Well, that's what we've observed from Cignal HD. Plays that are given there at the middle. Very high percentage to be converted into a point.
Lopez sets it up, combination play, and Javelona makes it a 2-point lead again for the insurance protectors. You like the fight back of the insurance protectors here in set 3.
And this is what we said also. They need to make a difference here in set number 3. And they can't keep, catching up with Cignal HD. And I think that's something that they have consistently done, at least so far where we are here in set number 3. But Cignal, of course, they're not going to just relax and sit down here in set number 3 as well.
Lloyd Hosapat, a Las Pilipinas player with a kill. JP Bugawan checks in. Las Pilipinas head coach Angelino Frigoni watching along the sidelines. Lopez, Latera, off the block, yes! The insurance protectors, they've never been this close, this late in the conference against the HD Spikers.
But we have to understand also in the report of the Baileys earlier, he did mention that chemistry is one of the things that the team really needs to work on, and I think that could also be the reason why it took them a while, to turn things around here in this game.
Meantime, Romelito Baptista out of Chiang Kai-shek. There he is, checking in for the first time today, service specialist. Ooh. Rough start for Baptista as an insurance protector. Serve straight to the antenna. That's pretty hard, actually, to hit the antenna.
Such a small target right there.
And nevertheless, they still have a 1-point lead here. Rotter. Good pass. Camposano. Acrobatic shot is no good for Abunyawan, and their lead is gone. This is going to be a problem for Melvin Carolino. He will not call a timeout yet.
They can't relax, and at the same time, they can't give away too much from, these errors.
All right, much better pass. There's a push coming from Lopez. Sean Silang sets it up. They go to Rotter. Takeda passes. Natera. Oh, single man block. Vince Ambrot gives the HD Spikers the lead late in set 3.
Well, Nadera has been one of the more consistent attackers on the side of the insurance protectors.
3-point run by the HD Spikers. Oof, make that a 4-point run. Second time that has happened on the serve of Rotter in the game. And now Coach Carolina will call a timeout. They not only have lost the lead, but they are trailing by 2 already, late in what could be their final set against the HD Spikers if they don't turn it around.
Huwag tayo all out lagi. All out lang tayo. All out lang. Ha? Kaya natin yan. Isa-isa. Dalawa lang yan. Tandaan nyo, dalawa lang. Tandaan lang.
All right, you heard the voice of Coach Carolino. He's saying dalawa lang yan. Gotta get a run. They made several here in the set, in fact, to establish their biggest lead of 3 points. Question is, can they do it again? Vincent Natera starting here in set 3. And he has made a positive impact for the team. They've got to stop the serve of Rotter.
Ooh.
Another ace. So back-to-back aces. The timeout did not ice Steven Rotter. Run is 5 straight points now.
And look at his follow-through, really going towards that angle.
This serve has been a problem for the insurance protectors. They have not found a way to solve it yet. Oh, another ace right in front of Natera. So 6 unanswered points scored by the HD Spikers. From down 17-19, they're up 23-19. And the final timeout called by the insurance protectors. We'll listen in to Coach Melvin Carolino.
Malakas talaga. Pero ang gagawin natin yun, tatapatan lang. Huwag natin hayaan tumama yung bola nun. Kung pwedeng pakain yun, basta huwag niyong papatamain. Tapat lang! Tingnan natin. Kaya pa!
Well, you got to give it to this team, the defending champions. They found themselves down by as many as 3, but they kept their cool. And they didn't change much. They
You
just-
know, they scored 6 consecutive
Yeah.
points, but you know, it's across the different skill departments. It's
Yeah.
not just, you know, on offense alone. And this is where you see that at the service line, you can score the points, obviously, also break the place of the opponent. That one, too much adrenaline already.
That's got to be a relief for the insurance protectors, especially the players in the back row, Nadera, Javelona, to not have to deal with that serve again. And Steven Rotter. All right, it's a 3-point game. Jerome Lopez, starting setter here in set 3, after coming off the bench in the first 2 sets. Abrot with a short pass. Vince Abrot gets it back, triple block. Again, Sandy Montero sets it up. Here comes Rotter. It's dunked by Lopez. So Manato sets it up for Nadera. Easy pickup for Valbuena. Abrot fires one in, and this is going to be 4 match points for the defending champions.
The composure that we saw from these guys in black is really working their way up, not minding the deficit that they have. Goes to show us how much experience they have. And, you know, we were talking about it on top of the coverage as we as they extend this third set a bit more. Ito yung championship experience din siguro. That's why they remain composed. They know what to do. There are errors here and there, but ultimately they're able to manage.
Short serve and an ace for Camposano. So a couple of match points picked up by the insurance protectors, and that'll force Coach Clamore to call a timeout. They only have 2 match points remaining. We will listen in to the HD Spikers.
Diba, you move forward din kamay, kailangan maging automatic. Pag jump serve, you move back. It's easy ball eh. Easy ball, tapos matitigasan natin, tatalsik kung saan saan. 1 point. Go, diskarte mo.
Let's go! Go, 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 go. Hey, Cignal!
All right, pretty simple, self-explanatory timeout there by Coach Clamore.
You know, also very calm.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are 1 point away, but I think, you know, that timeout is to just get them to focus again. Too many errors at the tail end of set number 3.
Good pass. Valbuena looking to put it away. Manato with a great dig. A block against Javelona. Nadera fires one in and scores another match point save. And it is a 1-point game. Vincent J. Nadera, I mean, as a starter, so effective here in set 3.
Even coming off the bench,
Yeah.
he did contribute. I think, you know, these are really quality minutes for him. And the best showing we've seen
Right.
from the insurance protectors, even their defense
Right.
also on point.
Especially Manato. Oh, but an error there. Javelona had a good look at it, but missed the mark and gave away the point. And that'll do it. It's a 3-setter, but what a run towards the end by the insurance protectors. Just fell short.
And we did talk about it. It is a new team.
Yeah.
They are still getting their chemistry going for them. They are up against one of the toughest teams here in the Spikers turf. So the
volleyball scene. Your thoughts on their performance as a whole?
As a whole, yeah, they are a new team, but they play defense. They had attacking like they've been here for a couple conferences, but we were prepared for everything they got, and it was a great match. Overall, yeah.
You mentioned the preparation, and you guys just came from a 9-day Nagoya, Japan training camp trip. And how was that? How is it translating so far for the team?
You could tell that everyone is gelling together. You could put anyone on the court, and you will see 6 ready players, always ready to give it their all.
Right off the bat, last question, Steven.
Yeah.
What are we gonna look forward from you this conference compared to the last ones?
For me, I'm on a mission. I'm trying to be the MVP. That's what I'm trying to go for. I'm just set the bar high, but it takes work every day, and I hope to give it my all each game.
Steven Roeder vying for MVP this conference. Congratulations.
Yeah.
If you want to greet anyone, your loved ones.
Hey, shout out Lloyd, shout out Louis, shout out Martin, shout out Tia Juanito, shout out my boy Constant, shout out Coach Dexter's mom, shout out my girlfriend. I love you all. Thank you very much.
All right.
Let's go. I made it.
Steven Roeder, player of the game. Congratulations,
Thank you
man.
so
Back to
much.
you, Eric and Ann.
All right, thank you, Baileys. Congratulations, Steven Roeder and the rest of the HD Spikers. Terrific 3-set win. It was not a surprise, obviously, with expectations very high for such a talented team and the defending champions as well.
You know, they started off slow in set number 3. I think the Insurance Protectors really gave them much more challenge in that set. But again, like what we said, it's the championship experience, you know, for these guys. They maintain their composure and, you know, they just work as a team, because we saw how, you know, if there's one error, someone would make up for it. And, you know, that's really great teamwork that we've seen from them. As we look at the numbers, the tables have flipped, because attack points earlier, first 2 sets, we did say that is where the Alpha Insurance Protectors were lacking. This time around, it was Cignal HD. Blocking was still there, service was still there, but one big part of how things became a little bit easier for the HD Spikers was really the giveaway points of the Insurance Protectors.
So the new team, Insurance Protectors, or Alpha Insurance Protectors, dropped their first game on the Open Conference to the defending champions, the Cignal HD Spikers. Thanks to our director, Julius Melo. For Baileys Aquat, my partner, Ann Remulla-Kanda, I'm Eric Pan. Coming up, we've got the VNS Lati Crete Griffins taking on powerhouse Crisscross King Crunchers in the final game of opening day. This is the 2025 Open Conference of the Spikers Turf right here on your Cignal TV channels.